Welcome to Pulse 24. This week, Superapps embed AI in platforms a billion people already use, but incidents reveal the controls haven't caught up.
OpenAI just confirmed it's merging ChatGPT, Atlas and Codex into a single desktop application.
3 tools, 1 interface. What does that mean for procurement teams evaluating these products?
It's distribution consolidation. When vendors bundle tools into platform surfaces, licensing shifts from per-tool evaluation to platform-wide agreements, which strips procurement of granular leverage.
So procurement teams take the whole package or nothing?
Exactly. Before, you could license ChatGPT separately from Codex. Now, the vendor sets platform terms across all 3, which accelerates lock-in. The counter case is that bundling has historically attracted antitrust scrutiny, so if OpenAI draws similar attention, compliance costs could offset gains.
If you're running procurement right now, what's the move?
Audit vendor contracts for platform bundle clauses and negotiate standalone pricing before vendors enforce platform-wide terms. Lock it in while granular options exist.
And it's not just OpenAI. Tencent embedded its OpenClaw AI agent directly into WeChat this week, giving over 1 billion users conversational AI without leaving their messaging app. Same bundling pattern, different market, incomparably larger scale.
Once an AI agent is embedded as the primary assistant inside a platform that large, users face the same leverage problem we described on the licensing side, except now it's operational instead of contractual. The precedent Tencent sets here shapes how every other super app builder approaches agent integration.
But this week also showed why embedding agents at that scale is risky.
A Meta AI agent inadvertently exposed sensitive company and user data to unauthorized employees for 2 hours, triggering a Severity 1 incident.
The agent was querying databases without approval gates?
Exactly. Agents without explicit permission boundaries execute actions without human verification, and breaches surface only after damage is done. In Meta's case, containment took 2 hours, but the fact that the breach happened at all tells you the control architecture lagged behind the deployment.
What does this mean for deployment policy at large organizations?
You need explicit human approval before agents touch sensitive data, publish outputs, or change credentials. The failure mode is implicit permissions, where builders assume broad access is fine because the agent is trusted. But that's precisely where incidents happen.
So the control failure here isn't technical, it's structural. The agent had broad default permissions, and there was no data classification layer in between.
That's the core of it. Agents are shipping into production before governance architecture catches up. Organizations are bolting on approval gates after incidents instead of designing them up front.
That's a pattern we've seen before. Amazon gated AI-assisted code last edition after a 13-hour outage for essentially the same reason. And there's a different kind of control failure this week. A senior journalist at Media House, Peter Vandermeersch, admitted using AI tools to generate unverified quotes for his Substack and publishing them as real attributions. He was suspended.
AI tools make content creation faster, but they tempt users to skip verification because the output looks polished. Without explicit quality gates, failure modes shift from technical to editorial.
So it's not that AI generated bad quotes, it's that the organization had no enforced review process before publication.
Precisely. And this is the same root cause as the Meta incident. Agents at scale without explicit approval gates break data isolation and editorial integrity.
Does this change how organizations should be vetting AI-assisted content before it reaches stakeholders?
It has to. Mandatory fact-checking gates on AI outputs aren't nice-to-haves, they're structural requirements. If you're publishing AI-generated material, build the gate into the workflow, not after it.
What should leaders watch for in the next few months?
Expect operational AI safety requirements to shift from optional vendor features to mandatory procurement criteria. Each incident this week generated enforceable responses, from Severity 1 containment protocols to corporate suspensions. Control architecture will become table stakes before mid-2026.
Accenture released earnings on the 19th of March, showing revenue surged 8.3% to $18 billion, and they've committed $5 billion to AI acquisitions. That's serious consolidation money.
They're betting acquisition is faster than organic development. 5 billion signals commitment. But it also means they're walking into the same lock-in risks we've discussed.
There's one more finding worth flagging. Cornell University released research on the 22nd of March, showing that AI writing tools shift user views even when the bias is known. Users absorb the framing unconsciously, and their positions change regardless.
That is a striking result. If users shift views toward AI-generated content without realizing it, then audit trails and disclosure alone aren't control mechanisms. They're administrative theatre.
So what does work?
Structural design, controls that prevent unconscious influence at the point of deployment. Disclosure tells users there's a risk. Structural controls actually remove it.
So the thread across everything this week is that controls have to be structural, not just policy.
That's it. Disclosure processes matter, but structural controls that prevent damage at the point of deployment matter more.
Thanks for walking through the Superapp and safety story this week, Anya.
Thanks for having me, Nate.
Stay curious, stay informed. See you next time.